Hello everyone and welcome back to our Dragon Age playthrough. I believe it's been a bit since I've recorded an episode. I believe the last thing we did was go through Lothering, and we now have Liliana and also Sten. And I think we were going to head towards Redcliffe to see how we could help there and if we could get some help for our cause. But first I think we'll go through and talk to everyone and get to know them all a little better. Let's go. Alright, let's go talk to Rex first, because, you know, puppy needs pats.
Oh, why you little...
What? Did you just jump at the side of your own shadow again? Are you harassing my dog? Jump.
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Hardly any blood drawn. Still, he shouldn't have. It's just a warning. He could have taken your hand off. Good boy. Teach that silly Alistair a lesson. Bad dog. That's not very wise. Nice. Wise. Wow. It was just a warning.
Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
What?
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Oh, that's not very nice. Don't listen to Alistair, he's full of rubbish. You had it and didn't know it. It was probably tasty.
Hey!
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Can't be stinkier than what normally goes in them. I think he thinks you need more meat on your bones. It's the thought that counts.
Dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
You heard the lady.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag. Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
These are great. Oh dear.
I seek to understand the dog. We fight alongside each other, and I must discover the strength of his heart.
Do you know what he's talking about, Rex?
The true warrior understands.
Okay. Let's talk to Liliana.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
She's gorgeous blue eyes. This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
It's just a dream. I say it's a vision. You dreamed of the blight. That doesn't mean anything. You dreamed of the blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
That's just wishful thinking, Liliana. This made you want to help me. Did you hear voices? I don't need you making interfering in my life. We're not going to be judgmental of religious people. I don't particularly have religious beliefs myself, but I'm also not going to be an absolute a-hole. We'll ask more questions.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Chantry says the Maker has left us. The blight is the Maker's punishment while you devour him. I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
Alrighty. Alistair,
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Can you teach others to be a Templar?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
That's fair. I'll respect that.
Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
So this Arleman raised
Did
you.
I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know. Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on the cold, hard ground, isn't it? Are you having strange dreams?
Only the ones where the world is threatened by Darkspawn. Yes, they all involve strangling you. Only ones where we're making mad love in my tent. Oh, that's so tempting. It's not funny. We're gonna do it.
I think I completely lost my chain of thought. Oh, there it is. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Why did he send you off to the Chantry?
Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Isn't it inappropriate for the Arl to raise an orphan? What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
And you think you'll help us?
I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Loghain has come to the same conclusion as we have.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Snake man. Stan, let's talk to you,
Why are we stopping?
strange person. I think we should talk for a moment.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I can trust you at my back.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
Fair enough. Never seen a canary before. Tell me about your people.
No.
Oh. Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Fair. You said you were in the army, or you were right. You were in the cage for weeks. A little hostile, aren't we? You said you were in the army.
I am.
We won't ask why, because I imagine he's not going to answer. We'll ask him about why. What made him become a soldier.
Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did.
Are you alright?
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
We should get moving.
As you wish.
Everyone's approving so far, which is nice. Morinth is all by herself over there, which does not surprise me. Such a lone wolf.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the
My mother
Chantry?
has been hunted from time to time, yes. By Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You really had no trouble with them?
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
What exactly is an apostate?
You do not know? The Zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Meaning what will fight you to the end? Have you no responsibility to those around you? If I were a mage, I might think the same. I agree completely.
I will note that we only ever defended ourselves. But if they wish to come for us, certainly. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's go to this checkpoint here.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick at your service once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Have you been following us?
Following you? I'm not even certain where you're going, my friend. And quite frankly, it's none of my business. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually. If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt.
You're free to stay.
Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
And we'll venture forth. Yes. Okay. Take Alistair. Morrigan. And probably Sten.
Yes.
Okay. To Redcliffe. So we've got Lake Callan had available. Brazilian outskirts, the edge of the Brazilian forest, the dangers of which are well recorded in local legends. Dinner room, okay, that's where Loghain is. Party camp, which is what we're currently doing. And Frostback Mountains, a range of the dramatic peaks that stretches western Ferelden, forming a natural border with the Orlays. Right, so we're going to go to Redcliffe first.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Okay. Let me guess you're an idiot. I'm not going to like this, am I?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
He's a prince. So you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard. Doesn't that make you the heir to the throne? Why did you wait to tell me this? You don't think you might have told me this before?
How? When would I say that? Oh, by the way, King Marek had sex with a servant and she produced a bastard son. That's me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you were so stupid. I think I understand. You still should have told me. Does Loghain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
You sure you're not hiding anything else? You're the heir to the throne then. Why tell me then? Why do I need to know?
Because it will probably come up. I didn't want to walk into Redcliffe without you knowing the truth. That would be just awkward. I have no illusions about my status, however. It's always been made very clear that I'm a commoner, and now a Grey Warden, and in no way in line for the throne. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard, oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince. That's not really what you think, is it?
No, I suppose not. I don't feel very lucky at all, to be honest.
Oh, Alistair leveled up. Let's quickly Constitution again. Damage your character can take before falling on the field. Okay, let's up his Constitution and his Strength.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Do you mean, is there a problem?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard? He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other.
Yeah.
Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Teegz. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Teegz, Al Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Interesting. I imagine we've got a fight ahead of us to get to the castle then. Oh dear.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Teegz, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe Loghain's lies.
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man.
Thankfully.
So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Of course we'll help.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
If there's a chance to rescue the Arl, we have to try.
Yet helping these humans does nothing of the sort.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Okay. I want to discuss the situation with you. You have some of Arl Eamon's knights
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
The search for the urn of sacred
yes,
ashes.
I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Okay. Why are you in the chantry with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Do you need more men in here with you?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
So what happens after this battle is
Hopefully
over?
we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
What exactly are the things that attack the village?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead? Spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
Lovely. I should get back to work.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
You are of dwarven blood and a stranger amongst us, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
Is there a reason I shouldn't help?
Perhaps not, but many dwarves do not hold the chantry and its adherents in high regard. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Just how safe is the chantry?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
I should go.
May the Maker watch over you, child.
Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Oh dear. Are you alright?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Oh jeez. Why would he run off, do you know?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Jesus.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried looking for your brother?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
I'll look for him.
You will? Thank you so much.
Of course I will. He's a
Please
little boy.
find him.
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But no.
The door is locked and it looks as if it's been recently repaired. Knock on the door. Break open the lock.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Is that how you greet a fellow
Up
dwarf?
here on the surface, you'll find we're all the same. And here that means unwelcome. Even a fellow lowborn like yourself. The name's Dwyn. Pleased to meet you. Now, kindly tell me why you're here.
What are you doing? Shut up. in here.
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
You're a coward.
You look more than competent. With you out there, they don't really need me, do they?
Die out.
I've had enough of you strutting around like you own the place. Come on, boys. This ends now.
What a shame. Imagine if we had better points for intimidation, we could have convinced him to fight in the battle. But there's not much I can really do about that now.
Go away. This isn't your home.
A small human. I say burn it out.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, what are you doing? All right, I'll come out. Please, don't hurt me. I'll go back to the Chantry if you want. I didn't mean any harm.
Tell me what you were doing in there.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Are you sure?
No, I won't tell you. And you can't make me. You can't.
Oh, okay. Hopefully he went back to his sister and didn't just run off. find out quickly. Yeah, there he is. Thank God.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you. The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Wonderful. Alright, Murdoch. This is the town's mayor, I believe.
So you're the Grey Warden,
Yeah.
are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
Wow. And why would you think that?
For more reasons than you care to hear, I bet. Still, there's no reason to think Van Teegan's lost his mind. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help,
One
though.
of
Don't take me for
those.
being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
You seem rather calm considering.
My men are certain enough as it is that they'll die tonight. They don't need me quivering in my boots. My death will come soon enough. It don't need me hurrying it along. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
His voice just changed. It was normal and then it got all growly again. What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Okay. Why does Owen refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
That's not helpful. Is there anything else you need?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
When is dead?
That fool. I told him not to lock himself in there. I told him we wouldn't be able to make sure he was safe, but would he listen? Thank you for telling me. Another senseless death to add to the list, I suppose.
Oops.
Shame.
I want to discuss something else.
Shouldn't you be trying to reason with Owen?
I have some questions.
Oh? Ask away.
Where can I get supplies?
If you want weapons and such, you'd go to the blacksmith, but there isn't much left there.
But there's nowhere to actually buy or sell things.
Commerce isn't exactly our biggest concern right now, but you might want to speak to Lloyd at the tavern. I wouldn't trust him, though.
Tell me about what's happened.
Don't rightly know. We heard the Arl was sick and getting worse, but after a while we heard nothing at all. A few folks went up to the castle to see what was going on. They couldn't get in. Nobody was there, not a soul. And then those horrid creatures attacked the village. They were everywhere, people dying. It was awful. Good thing Van Teegan was here.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Al Eamon's illness?
No. I know the Alessa sent the knights out for a cure. You can ask Sir Perth about it. He was one of them. Ask away.
Why have you been stationed here?
We're the last defenders of them folks in the Chantry. The women, elderly, and the children. They're the ones we need to protect.
The weak must learn to protect themselves.
Right, those helpless bastards. How dare they?
No Kunari would ever cower helplessly, not woman, nor elder, nor child. They would fight for their survival with tooth and nail.
Well, we're not Kunari. I'm not asking those folk to fight monsters. No matter what happens, we can't let them evil things in there. If they die, the village is done.
Carry on then.
The militia will do what it can, but don't get your hopes up.
Alright, let's go see if we can talk to this Owen.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Is this Owen the blacksmith?
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough. Certainly not. I don't know you and I don't want to. Off you go.
Please.
I said no and I meant it. Be gone, stranger.
Right.
My accent here says you won't. Just you try it, Luther! Begone, I said! Don't you try to come in here!
Somebody's been drinking.
You just come barging into my home. I've no money and nothing of value to take, as you can plainly see. So if you're here to beat on a sad old man, then all I ask is you get on with it. I don't have much to live for as it is.
Militia needs your help.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? Hmm? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
Ugh. The hand motions in this game are like beyond funny. You intend to drink yourself to death? I will rescue your daughter.
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe
What was that
someone
hand
like
motion?
you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
Strange Adam appearing on the side of the camera. Or at least a hand, anyway. And what if she's dead?
It would be better than going to my grave wondering.
What about the militia?
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
Alright, I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Promise you,
I'll
I'll find
accept
her.
that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Is this a promise we will not keep?
Let's hope not.
What's this?
I said nothing to you, human.
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron.
Morgan and Stan are going to be best mates.
Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm going to get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall.
Yeah.
If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me. I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Alright, we got some coins back. Okay. How do we get out of here?
As you say.
Through the door. Okay, let's talk to the mayor and then we'll go up
Well, it
talk
looks like
to
Owen's finally doing
Right
the
Tavern and
repairs we
Sir Perth,
need.
I believe.
The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll send one of my men to inform Ban Tegan the militia is ready for battle.
I still need to speak to
You'll
Sir
find
Perth.
him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
What do you know about the elf in the corner?
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
The eyebrow. The house business being.
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
You don't care for Lloyd, I take it?
he gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Gropes you. I could talk to Lloyd about that.
No, that'll just make things worse. And that's very sweet, but I'll be fine.
How about a race then?
I'd like that. And maybe we could talk after the battle tonight. If we're still here, that is.
Shouldn't you be at the chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you
fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
I should go.
Keep safe.
Always reminds me of Mass Effect. I should go. I should go. Alright. Elf sitting in the corner. Militiaman.
What do you wish of me?
No, why? You just appear in the way. I can't help but click on you, okay? Your head's just there. There's not much I can do.
That's mighty kind of you to help us. We thought nobody would come to our aid.
Sneak a quickie look in the storeroom. See if we can't pinch stuff, but no.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business.
Nonsense.
Bet you regret coming, yes?
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, evil creatures, impending doom, civil war, and the Earl's dead in the castle. Makes you thirsty, don't it? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
Who are you anyway?
Name's Lloyd. We don't get many dwarves out here. Occasional trader, maybe. You're a smith. I hear old Owen could use a replacement.
Owen has reopened his smithy.
So, good for him. Guess that means he doesn't need you, doesn't it? Something else I can get for you?
Answer a few questions.
Fine. Make them quick.
Shouldn't you be helping defend the village?
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar. Just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
Then be a coward if that's what you want.
Well, yes. I suppose that is what I want.
What do you know about what's
Not
happened?
a lot. Castle guards stopped coming in about a week back. It's unusual, too. They were my main source of business. After a few days, I thought it strange enough to ask. But nobody heard anything. Anyone going up to the castle didn't come back. When the first attack hit, I locked myself in the cellar. I say we just wait for help to come.
Why are you still open?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the Chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale. Not much. Says his name's Berwick. Arrived here more than a week back. Waiting for his brother, he says. I've never seen him before, but he
I
paid good
just
for his
turned it
room.
on mute so people
Quiet
didn't hear
sort.
me drinking. I missed the Muffin Man quote.
You know the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
Yeah, there's no context.
Completely out of context. Let's talk about something else.
Something else I can get for you?
I should go.
Right then.
Right then. I am a complete tosspot. Alright, Berwick, let's talk to you.
Not looking for company.
I hear you're Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
Seem awfully nervous.
No reason. I just didn't know how you knew my name. That's all.
Said you were waiting for your brother.
My what? Oh, yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
You didn't try to leave?
No. Those who tried are dead. And, I have to wait for my brother. Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to, just leave me alone.
What were you told to do, mister?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
I never said I was a Grey Warden.
I just, overheard it, that's all. If you'll excuse me, I want to get to the Chantry before the sun goes down. All right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change.
Right.
But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side.
The king's dead, though. I think you should help defend Redcliffe.
Fitting.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
A lot of talking going on in this one. Might be a longer one so we can do the battle as well, but I don't know that it will actually make it into the castle tonight. Not quite sure how the mission goes. Oh! There's a house. Oh! Journal Garrison.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nothing for now.
Very well.
Just walked into your house, sir. Are you not bothered?
It is begun.
Are you bothered? Little Britain getting the best of me. You're probably going to hear me make a variety of quotes from different shows as I play this game and other games. And if you watch my husband and I play stuff together, you'll hear them as well.
Don't you ever talk? You know, make polite conversation just to put people at ease?
You mean that I should remark upon the weather before I cut off a man's head?
Never mind.
I love the banter between your companions. Oh, stuck on a step.
It shall be done.
Sorry, Spurth, I'll talk to you in a moment.
Sort of like coming home again.
Oh, it's a fancy vase.
Undead.
Alright, here we go.
What do you wish of me?
This is going to be my problem with the game. They're going to continually, like, just be their head like this as I go to click on other people.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I am unfamiliar with addressing a dwarf of your station. I do not wish to be rude.
Call me Grey Warden, for that's what I am.
Grey Warden it is then, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe.
Oh.
For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Have you considered using that oil in the village stores?
Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Going to have to set the monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
I have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Tell me about what's happened here.
You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then, I found others returning from the Arlessa's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop, and I don't believe we will be enough.
Mention something about an
When
urn.
the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, Arlessa Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Just what was the owl sick
We were
with?
never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. We brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Owl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can no one find the other knights and bring them
Eventually,
back?
perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So the knights left the castle defenseless.
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things.
Oh, jeez.
The thought chills my blood.
I want to discuss something else.
As you wish.
What is your status?
We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
Carry on.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Maker watch over you.
There she is.
What is it you need, child?
So Perth needs holy protection for
I
the
have
knights.
done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if it helps them.
I cannot do it. I know that their own faith may inspire them, but these men need to find confidence on their own. I simply won't lie to them. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
That's frustrating. I guess maybe we need to update or upgrade willpower and whatnot. I think it's willpower to be able to persuade people a bit more. Because I imagine that would give us more options in terms of like completing side quests and stuff. But that guy over there is just a bit useless then.
Yep, that way.
Pardon?
I'm sorry, that way.
You are a bit useless, you can't talk. Adam's lost his voice a bit at the moment, so he's oh! And Juste's Grace. Wow.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
You said you wanted holy
Have
protection.
you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Not yet.
Very well.
I'm not
I
gonna.
will wait for news on the matter then.
I'm ready to make my stand
There's
here.
still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned...
I'm ready now.
Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
I'm not going to tell him that she can't help him because I feel like that'll make matters worse. Look at that coming across the bridge.
They're coming! Get to your positions! Make ready!
Look at it. It's not sinister or anything.
Light the traps! Burn these foul creatures!
Good. Everyone seems to be holding, which is good. We're all heading awfully close to the fire. Right, stay here and guard the path.
Come on, we need to hurry!
Alright, let's go.
As you say. As you say.
Stay still. I keep losing my mouth in all the mouse in all the chaos. I really hope these are not all the knights that were left in the castle. Stan needs to have some healing going on. Well, Alistair's dead. I can have a smaller one. I didn't even notice Alistair had died. There he is, just laying on the ground there.
Dawn arrives, and we survive the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, dear lady. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
There's still much more to do, Teegz.
Surely these people deserve some small celebration, don't you think? There is time yet.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Murdoch of Redcliffe, Mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your maker. Long may you know the peace of his love.
Well, so let it be.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now, we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Alrighty guys, I think we'll leave it there for that episode. I think Redcliffe is going to be quite a big mission, so we'll make that as an episode by itself. So join me in the next one where we find out what's going on with the Arl and the Arlessa and why those zombie things are attacking Redcliffe Village. See you next time. Bye.